A man and his girlfriend of 7 years arrive at the marriage registration office. But at the last moment, he changes his mind because he has fallen in love with his brother's sister. "You have to marry me today. We can get divorced tomorrow." The woman pleads, but the man leaves without looking back, ending their 7-year relationship in a farce. The brother accompanying them thinks he's gone too far, scolding the woman who ruined their relationship, not realizing she's his own sister. "I considered you my brother, but you're after my sister. I really like you," she replies. 3 months ago, Zhou Shihui's heart was stirred the moment he met Huang Yimei. Her every move, smile, and expression rekindled his longing for love. From that moment, he couldn't control his feelings, dreaming daily of marrying Huang Yimei. Wang Zhenhua laughed in exasperation. His sister, always surrounded by boys due to her looks and temperament, was now an intern at the company. He had arranged for her to work with Zhou Shihui, considering him honest, steady, and already engaged to a fiancé of 7 years. Little did he know Zhou Shihui would do such a thing. Wang Zhenhua thought Zhou Shihui was usually too rigid, suddenly attracted by a young girl's charm. But Zhou Shihui was adamant that Rose liked him because they had strolled in the rain, dined together, and watched movies. Once, he even confessed his love to her and gave her a bracelet. "I heard you're getting married. She clearly rejected you." "No, she told me that until I cut off other relationships, I'm not qualified to be with her." Zhou Shihui insisted, blinded by his conviction that as long as he broke up with his fiancée, he and Rose could be together openly. Wang Zhenhua, filled with rage, stormed to his car. Meanwhile, their mother was scolding Rose at home. At 22, Rose had never been in a serious relationship, yet gifts and calls from admirers flooded in constantly, and boys serenaded her with candles under their windows. Why do girls have to be virtuous? Why doesn't anyone tell boys to be virtuous? Rose's mother fumed, convinced that if Rose were truly virtuous, no one would pursue her so persistently. Rose, feeling wronged and powerless, not only got slapped by her mother, but also got locked up, restricted in her movements. The next day, Guan Jiji, Zhou Shihui's fiancé, barged into the office, threatening to report Rose as a homewrecker at her school. Colleagues gossiped, blaming Rose for being indiscreet. However, Rose continued her work as usual. "Mr. Zhou, you moved on, but don't use me as an excuse." She confronted him. Abandoning his 7-year fiancé, Zhou Shihui appeared at Rose's university with a bouquet of yellow roses, planning to confess his love publicly. "If you're going to confess, hurry up. I need to get to the cafeteria," Rose said, leading him to the art room to hear his supposedly heartfelt confession, which left eavesdropping girls shaking their heads. Unexpectedly, Rose didn't react at all. Instead, she angrily rebuked him. "You're heartless. You pretend to be so sincere, but you're just unfaithful," she shouted, refusing to entertain his advances any longer. Yesterday, Rose had found Guan Jiji crying in her brother's office. She took her to a cafe, explaining she had no interest in Zhou Shihui. "Why do you still want that jerk?" she asked Guan Jiji, who seemed to realize she should let go. She moved all her belongings out of the house, meeting Zhou Shihui on her way out. "I'm glad I saw your true colors in 7 years rather than wasting a lifetime," she told him, though tears filled her eyes as she walked away, leaving behind 7 years of her youth. Months later, as Rose approached graduation, her parents, both Tsinghua professors, hoped she would continue her studies. But Rose aimed for a job at Dragonfly Arts Company. On the interview day, her white shirt got ink stains, so she borrowed a scarf from an elegant woman in the restroom, not realizing she was her main interviewer. During the interview, Rose impressed everyone with her logical thinking, earning a second interview. At home, she warned her brother not to tell their mother about the interview. Despite his promises, he spilled the beans, but their mother agreed to stop pushing for further studies if Rose got the job. At Dragonfly, the general manager's unusual interview questioned whether she liked cats or dogs was due to his allergy to dog fur. Rose's fashion advice on his makeup led to her getting the job, her keen sense winning over the interviewers. Her new life at Dragonfly began, but reality soon set in no warm welcomes, just a heap of tasks. When Rose went to report her work, she overheard the boss's furious outburst. She quickly adjusted his lunch to improve his mood. Discovering the root of his frustration, a lack of showpieces for an upcoming Franco-Chinese exchange, Rose researched and found the mysterious collector's upcoming banquet. Dressed in a sleek black suit, she pretended to book a banquet hall, gaining access to the collector's party. After some quick makeup adjustments, she boldly approached, asking for a collaboration. Although initially mistaken, her determination won her an introduction to the real collector, securing a crucial meeting for her company. Rose's abilities impressed Zhang, who recommended her for the exhibition project in Shanghai. Here, she excelled, catching the eye of the host, who invited her to a photo op. Meanwhile, back in Beijing, Zhuang Guodong missed Rose terribly, finally confessing his feelings during a phone call on a rainy night, solidifying their mutual affection. Returning from Shanghai, Rose rushed to see Zhuang Guodong. Their passionate reunion was cut short by her brother's concern calls. Back home, she lied about being out with her boss, which her brother confirmed by confronting her boss at work the next day. Despite her brother's overprotectiveness, Rose's career flourished. She even managed to win over Zhuang Guodong's mother, albeit with some initial friction. Their relationship blossomed, intertwining love and career, leading to misunderstandings, but ultimately growing stronger. Her brother's romantic misadventures paralleled hers, his awkward attempts to woo a colleague reflecting his inexperience. Rose, with her charm and determination, navigated the complexities of love and work, her journey marked by resilience and growth. In the end, Rose's blend of beauty, brains, and bravery paved the way for her success, both in her career and her heart, showing that true love and dedication could overcome any obstacle.